Another cigar review. Episode number 2, Perdomo Small Batch 2005 Rothschild. Very nice cigar. Bit of a ritual here. I'm sure you have your own. I decided to do another Perdomo because I had such success with episode 1, that Perdomo Fresco. So let's do another one, shall we? Morning. Welcome to another Back Porch Cigar Review. I'm your host, MR. My second favorite cup. On the docket today, got a Perdomo Small Batch 2005 Maduro wrap. Small Batch Rothschild. Rothschild. You do enough research, you look at stuff like New World Order, Illuminati, you come across the Rothschilds for sure. I'm already half an inch into it. It's a Robusto size. 4.5 by, what I think, 50 ring gauge. It's a beautiful, veiny, dark wrapper. It's a little on the dry side. It's not oily. I very lightly toasted it. It lit exceedingly well, very easily. May have something to do with how dry it was. It's got a nice ash, a light gray. It seems pretty firm. I'll probably get 1.5 inches before I have to ash it. This is a strong cigar. Medium plus to full bodied, for sure. Complex flavors. I'd say really strong pepper. Kind of almost an ashy white pepper kind of flavor. But it's balanced out by some real smooth notes of chocolate, wood. I'd say almost a mahogany. There's a twinge of sweetness, just a twinge. It's definitely not a sweet cigar, but it just a twinge of, you know what I mean? But this is a heavy hitter. This is a cigar made for that guy who likes strong cigars. I think I'm gonna puff on it real easy. Smoke it cool. Puff on it just enough to keep it lit. It's pretty well lit. This reminds me of most of the Perdomos I've smoked before. The smoke is clingy, thin, unruly. Just a little more like a wild brush fire, you know? I'll say this, instead of getting stronger, it's actually kind of mellowed out now that I'm about halfway through it. Still a lot of leather, chocolate, pepper's still there. Not as strong. I've had to relight it a few times. Now I'm outdoors, but still. And the secondhand smoke is just not as fragrant. It's more raw. So this is definitely not as pleasurable as the last Perdomo. Certainly not as pleasurable as the Fresco. It's not a bad cigar. I'd say it's a humidor filler. Something to have on hand. Somebody who likes that strong finish, strong pepper taste in the back of the throat, give them one of these. It's fair value. I think this stick cost me $8, so it wasn't too expensive. But to be honest, I don't think I'm going to smoke it again. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, this is probably about a 6, 6.5, something like that. Personal preference maybe, but I mean, all cigars are personal preference. I fully admit someone's going to rate this a 10. 10! It's got an incredibly beautiful ash. It makes some interesting formations. It stays together. It's well constructed. I kind of screwed up the cap when I cut it. That's my fault. It's tightly packed. The wrapper's beautiful. It's veiny. It's dark. The flavor is definitely rich. So there's a lot of good things to say about it. And a 6 to 6.5 window is not a bad cigar score. A bad cigar would be anything under 5. So this is just above smokable. Anything below a 5 is, you get through a third of it and throw it away. Anything above a 5, smokable 2/3 or all the way. A 6 and above, recognizable. Someone's gonna love that stick. but it's not my favorite. So far that's where I'm coming down. I'll come back at the last third. We'll see if anything changes. As it turns out, that last third really nothing changed. It wasn't much to really talk about. I went ahead and let it die with dignity with about 1.5 inches left. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next review.